Hey guys, Gina here. I am going to scrapbook a layout with you today, and I am actually doing this layout in response to Dannielle Brown's challenge, and she's celebrating her 150th subscriber, so go Dannielle, that's very awesome. And her challenge, though, is not so awesome for me. Dannielle? She wanted us to scrapbook with 3 colors: lime green, pink, and yellow. And I don't know if you've all noticed or not, but I don't use a lot of green, ever. And so this is going to be a different... In fact, I had to ask Stu, what is lime green? What does it look like? So, I had pulled out a bunch of papers, and I wasn't happy with any of them. So I decided that I was just going to make my own background. So I'm going to try to do this layout, like, live, if I can. And so the first part of her challenge is to make a video response, and to do a layout in either 4x6 or 12x12. So I'm going to work in 12x12, and I'm still thinking about what I want to do for the 4x6 because I'm not sure. First, it has to go through the mail. It doesn't have to go through the mail, but I'm going to send mine to Dannielle, and I have to make sure that, I'm trying to think of, ways to do that so that it doesn't get crunched in the mail. But anyway, back to what we're doing here. So I'm going to use some American Crafts cardstock, and as you know, the American Crafts cardstock, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it's textured on one side and smooth on the other. So I'm going to use the smooth side, and I'm going to use this Crafters Workshop template. And this is called Chunky Chevron, and I'm going to open this up. I should have opened it up first. And I'm going to use some washi tape. And let me pick a washi tape that, like, is not my favorite. Like, oh, look at this. We can use some green washi tape. Because green, ugh. It's a challenge, though, so I'm challenging myself. So what I want to do is I'm going to tape both my... Do I want to tape them both? I think I just want to... I think I just really want to tape... this template to the cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it right up this side right here. Because I'm going to do something here, and I'm going to hope it works. We're going to find out together if this is going to work. I'm going to do something here that I don't want to get into this area. So we're going to see how, and then I'm going to tape the other side because I can do 2 of them at once. Do 2 of the sides and then I'll do the center. So what I'm going to do, after I get this all taped down, is I'm going to cover these sides with Versamark, and then I'm going to emboss my background. And I think I'm just going to do it, I don't think I'm going to put any, maybe I'll put some texture in the middle, because the embossing powders I'm going to use, these are from Sparkle and Sprinkle, and I actually got them at a yard sale. But this is Sweetheart, so it has this nice pink glittery, let me see if I can get it to focus. Without the, there we go. Pink glittery, and then I'm going to use Yellow Spark, which is a yellow, and obviously, but it's got some glitter in it. And then the green I'm going to use, and I hope this is as close to lime green as I can get, Dannielle, so I hope it's close enough. This lime green, I don't know, I think it's from Stampendous, maybe? I'm not sure, but it doesn't have any glitter in it, so I think what I'm going to do is I will use a texture stamp down the center just to give that some texture. And the background is really going to be, I'm over that, the focus is really going to be on the background for this layout, because once you do and put all these colors on the background, what you're actually going to scrapbook, I mean, I want you to see the picture, but I don't want things competing too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Versamark pad, and I'm just going to go down, try to keep the stencil down as much as possible. I'm going to go down here. And I'm just going to cover, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to try to cover inside of the chevron pattern as much as possible. like that. And then I'm going to start with that pink. And I'm going to I need to put some paper underneath this so that I don't get embossing powder everywhere. Because you know I will do that. Oh, I taped it down, but I should use my craft sheet is what I should do. Here we go. You guys are seeing it live as it happens right now. So let me pull this up. And actually, now that my embossing powder's down, I can pull this all up. Because I was thinking about it. I was going to do the other side at the same time, but I can't get the embossing powder off. I don't want to waste embossing powder by mixing it, so I will just come back and do the other side after I finish this side. And there is always the possibility that this won't work at all. So in that case, then I'll have a real problem and we'll have to go with something different. I do still have the papers pulled out that I was going to use for this layout. So, you know, if things go terribly wrong, we'll just revert back to that. Trying something new here. Oh, washi tape wasn't supposed to stick to stuff. I'm sure it's just me, but I should have just pulled out my masking tape and not used washi tape to... For the next ones, maybe I'll pull out my masking tape. We'll see. You get so much washi tape that, you know, using it for something like this isn't really that big of a deal. Okay, so now I have my craft mat and I have my paper. You're not going to be able to see that very well, I don't think. Maybe if I pull it up here, there, you can kind of see it. You can see where that sticky Versamark ink is there. And I've been talking to you for a while without worrying about that so much, but I'm still not worried because Versamark stays wet and sticky for a long time, so you don't really need to worry too much. And because this is going to take so much embossing powder, I didn't want to mix the two colors when we were finished. So I'm going to do pink on this side and yellow on the other side, and then green in the middle. So I'm going to tap this off like that. And then this is going to be a two-step process to get it back in that little bottle. It will go first into this larger container here. And it's got that glitter in it. You guys know how glitter is. What a pain! I'm just going to take it out of here and just get it all over that. A couple of the places that I missed up top. Okay. Alright. Take it back down onto this mat. Looks like it's going to work out pretty well. That's what it looks like right now. Okay. So we're going to take this. Okay, so I thought I would come back and show you how that turned out. So I'm going to bring it up here so you can see. And you can see how the pink and the yellow have glitter in them. And then the green is a solid, no glitter on the green. So let's pull it that way. You can see how it shines. And now that I've put these colors down, I actually really like this. I don't know. Good color choices, Danielle. I really, really like this. Look at that. Anyway, so I have finished the background part, and I just thought that I would show you how I clean the stencil off, because the stencil now has Versamark all over it. I did clean it off in between each color, so I just wanted to let you know that. And I have my trusty Mater towel. See Mater? So between Mater and Stitch, those are my Disney characters. No princesses for me. But Mater, so I have my trusty Mater towel, and I have just a spray bottle of water. I do have no sink in my scrap room, but the guest bathroom is right outside my door. Unfortunately, I sort of ruined the sink in that room the other day because I was putting, what do you call that stuff, that sort of, what is that stuff called? Like not the gel medium, but like the texture paste or something like that. Yeah, all in the sink. So it's a big mess right now. I don't know how I'm going to get that out of there. we're going to renovate that bathroom, so Stu is like, don't even worry about it, you know. So I just spray down the stencil and my work surface with this towel, and then I just mop up the water. And what I do to make sure that it's clean is, like, I'll pick this up and then get all the water that's underneath the stencil up like that, and then turn the stencil over and do that until it's completely dry. And I like using a regular towel for this and not a paper towel, because when you hit these little cuts of plastic with a paper towel, the paper towel tends to shred. So just use an old household towel that we all have hanging around. And I can thank my niece Madison because of a orange crayon that she left in her pants pocket. I now have lots of Stu's undershirts that I can use. This is still a little sticky, so I'm gonna just spray it down a little bit more. Versamark's a sticky ink, so it's still a little sticky, so I wanna just kind of give it another spray and go through that. So yeah, I have plenty of Stu's undershirts that he wears under his dress clothes for work to use as rags now, because they have orange crayon on them that have, you know, the crayon's gone through the washer and the dryer, as all of the clothes that are now affected by the orange crayon. That was a fun day to scrape orange crayon off the side of the dryer walls. That was fantastic. And I mean, it's not really Madison's fault. I don't tend to check pockets when I do laundry because it's just Stu and me. So I didn't think about it. I will check pockets from now on. But so yeah, that was funny. And nothing, I mean, I've tried everything to get it off and it just won't come off. So that's how I clean my stencil. And then, and the baby wipe has the same problem as the paper towel. Depending upon, you know, how hard you rub, if you hit it with those plastic pieces, it tends to shred. So I find that to be, I mean, the easiest way would have been to take it into the bathroom and then wash it off, but I'm feeling particularly lazy today, so I'm not going to do that. All right, so I have my background paper, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mat this on some black cardstock. And the reason I'm going to do that, if I can find some black cardstock, let's take a look. The reason I'm going to do that is because it's very, you know, I feel like it needs some grounding. So I just feel like a little bit of black behind that will really make this pop, and you're not going to see it. And I know you're probably wondering why I have this foam board down. Well, that's exactly why. Because you're not going to see that black. Ignore this little label that's on the foam board. You're not going to see that black paper with my black mat. So I pulled out this foam board to use as a, because I can't use my tabletop. My tabletop is glass. So if I use that, the glare would just come up. And so I'm going to cut this down just a little bit on all four sides. I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch off of all four sides. So I'm going to cut them all at 11 3/4. I just lined that up. I'm glad I looked at it because I had it lined up at 10 3/4 and I would have cried. Just between you and me. I would have had to send me to the loony bin because I would have been crying. Alright. Just 2 more cuts here. And so this is just enough to give it a little bit of a border so that it doesn't get lost. I have my ATG here. And I'm not going to layer anything over this, so I'm going to bring my adhesive directly to the edge of the paper because it didn't buckle that badly. I mean, sometimes with adhesive, embossing powder, it does get a little warp to your paper, but it didn't do it too badly this time, so I was happy about that. But I'm going to put a lot of adhesive down and bring it right up to the corners here so that I have a better chance of it laying flat that way. So, Lots of adhesive, as always. And I'm going to put it down this way. Just try to get it all lined up as straight as possible. Nope, it needs to... And this is why I love the ATG as opposed to the... This is going to get annoying. This is why I love the ATG as opposed to my normal tape runner adhesive, because it does have some forgiveness to it. If you don't lay things down very hard, then it forgives you a little bit and you can pull it back up. See, like that's messed up too. It's just a little bit off. There. You just pull it up and look at it this way. Yep, that looks better. So now I'm going to put it all down. And I'm going to scrapbook this photo. And it's kind of funny that I'm going to scrapbook this photo because, you know how I always talk about I'm scrapbooking when my hair's not done and things like that. You guys know that this black piece is on there. I think I'm going to just go back to my matte. Here we go. That's not working for me. You guys know that the black border is around there, and that'll be, and you'll see it again in the photos at the end, so that'll be enough. I'm going to scrapbook this photo, and I have a very good relationship with the girl who, the woman who does my hair. Her name's Tara, and she's fabulous. And just one day she decided that she cut and colored my hair, and then she said, how about if we curl it? And I never wear my hair curled. It's always straight. And which is weird because my hair curls naturally. It doesn't, I mean, it's not curly, but I have very wavy hair. And she was like, come on, let's just curl it. So I let her curl it, and so here it is. So here's proof that I actually do my hair. I just look like a bum when I'm scrapbooking. I actually do my hair. And the fact that she curled my hair. So I wanted to scrapbook this. So I'm going to cut this photo down so it's the size that we need and it doesn't have all of this extra. This is a selfie. I don't typically take selfies, but here is a selfie. So I cut this down so you can't see that much of my bathroom. Ooh, I left a little bit of that white on the bottom. Let me get that off. There we go. I'm still messing with this trimmer. I have to be honest, when I take my time, this trimmer works really well, but I'm not the most patient person in the world, so... I'm not sure this trimmer and I are going to get along much longer. We're not really actually getting along now. Hey guys, so I thought instead of going through the way that I made the rest of this layout live, like I recorded it, I thought I would just go through and speed it up a bit and do the voiceover so that we could get to the end a little bit faster. And all I did here was I pulled out the papers, excuse me, that I originally picked when I thought about scrapbooking this photo, and I'm going to use them for some of the layers. I wanted to mat the photo on some yellow paper, and so I just pulled one of my scraps, just a yellow scrap out, and you saw there it was punched previously. I had a butterfly punch or something through it, and I just covered that out with the photo. It was no big deal, so, and used what was left over. And I wanted yellow to mat the photo because there's yellow on the left-hand side of the layout, and I knew I wanted my photo to be more towards the right. So I'm going to use yellow, but I'm also going to use the pink and the green. And that pink paper is just from my stash, and like the yellow is, I don't know who made it, or oh, the dark pink actually in the background is from the paper company or the paper studio. It's that Hobby Lobby store that and back when I first started scrapbooking, I bought a pack of scrap paper, and that was in that. And the green paper is natural paper from also the paper studio or the paper company, whatever that Hobby Lobby company name is, and that's mulberry paper, that green. So it gives the paper a little bit more texture. It's kind of like a cotton material. And so I figured out where I wanted to put my my paper here, and I'm just going to put some adhesive behind it to make sure that everything is down securely. Just putting my layers back together. And it took me a long time to embellish this layout because there was so much going on in the background. I didn't want to over embellish it, but at the same time there was a lot of, you know, space that needed to be covered, I thought. So I definitely wanted to make sure that I got some embellishments on the page. These are some glitz stickers. They're called glitzers, and they're from the Maya collection. They're pretty old. I got them as a free gift when I ordered from MS Paperie. It came in like a spring themed kit that they sent, and I'm assuming they're pretty old. I'm not really sure, but they're from Glitz, and they're transparent stickers. And so I'm just looking for where I want to put them. I put one of them in the upper right hand corner there, and now I'm going through some Amy Tangerine stickers and some October Afternoon die cuts, and just looking for little pieces that I can layer along this layout to kind of pull it across the entire bottom of the page. So this is a sticker from Amy Tangerine, and it says truly awesome. And there's also, you'll see there's that green pinked circle is also from that sticker book, and I just put it up on dimensional adhesive and covered the other word, the flat word that said truly. So it still says truly awesome, but now it has some dimension on that one side. And I wanted to use, because I talked about a haircut, I wanted to use these scissors, and so I'm going to just lay them up here by that empty space that's in the photo. And I'm just having a look through all of my different sticker sets and sheets to see what I want to use on the layout. And I'm sorry this is out of frame. I'm having a bit of a fight with my camera. So I pulled some leaves that I thought I might want to use down in the lower left-hand side of my photo, but I ended up pulling them up and not using them. So. Oh, I didn't realize this was as off frame as it is. Typically, you can see all the way to the bottom of the M on my Making Memories craft mat there. But for whatever reason, it got shifted and you can't see it here, so I'm sorry about that. Right now, I'm just going through my alphabet stickers to see which ones I want to use. And the ones that, of course, the ones that I picked first that I really wanted to use, I didn't have the right letters. Doesn't that always happen? So I picked these American Crafts. These are from the Boardwalk collection. They are, let me see, they're honeycombs. That color is honeycomb, and the title of this layout is going to be curls ... really, with a question mark. So, and now I have to play around with the spacing because I'm, again, refusing to use the wax paper as I should. But I'm just playing around with the spacing a little bit of where I want those letters to sit. And then these are from Amy Tangerine. They're from the Cut and Paste collection, I believe, and they're called Begonia. They're the color Begonia, and they're called Cut Out. So I'm just putting down are they ellipsis? No. The 3 dots, they have a name, but I cannot remember right off the top of my head what they are. The ellipsis? I'm gonna have to look that up, but I know that the 3 dots have a name, but I cannot remember what they are. But oh well. I'm adding some more of these transparent glitz stickers, and just kind of layering them up. They had butterflies and some flowers and some frames in them, so I really wanted to try to use them up. And I'm just playing with placement here, deciding what looks good. Because they are transparent, it's a little hard to layer them and get them to look right because you can see obviously right through them. So I pulled out these neon enamel dots from Freckled Fawn, and I'm going to scatter them around, and they match the embossing powder from the background paper perfectly. So I was very happy about that. And I am seriously going to have to watch where that mat goes. I think because I moved the mat, like when I took that foam board paper off, I think that's what happened. So this is a notebook that I have put all of my word stickers in. And now I just go through and flip through it and find anything that will work with the layouts. So if the word stickers didn't come in a package and they didn't have anything on the back of them, I just used a glue stick and stuck them in this cheap inexpensive composition book. But if they, like the Ellie Studio ones where you have to cut them apart, they don't have adhesive on the back, they don't have a backing sheet, I just stapled them where the manufacturing information is on those Ellie Studio ones, so that all of my word stickers are now in that book, and I can just flip through them, look at colors, look at words, and find something that I would like to use on my layout. So I added one little Amy Tangerine sticker that says awesome, and the one below that says beautiful, which I felt a little weird using using on a layout about myself, but anyway.
And then the one at the very bottom is an Amy Tangerine sticker. It says, that's what she said. And because the journaling talks about Tara and how Tara was keen to curl my hair that day, it was basically, you know, that's what she said. She wanted to do the curling and I just went along with it. So that's how that went down. I'm so sad. You'll see the bottom of this layout on the final picture, and if you want to see more in detail pictures, I am now taking photos that focus in on the embellishment clusters, and those are loaded in a slideshow format on my blog, so you can run over to my website and check that out. The website address is gina-beth.com. So I'm going through these October afternoon label stickers. That one there, it says the details, and I'm going to write new color, new style on it. And this photo was taken in March of last year, and so it was March 2013. It's March 2014 now. My hair looks nothing like that. Tara and I like to experiment. Now my hair is very red in the front and it's all red everywhere. It's light red in the front and dark red in the back. So if I didn't have the job I would have like very wild, like blue and purple hair. Every time I go to the salon, there's lots of people there with that, you know, with all different color hairs, and I'm so jealous, but with my job, I can't. I think they would frown upon that. I'm adding a little bit more, some more stickers above that. There, you can see my hair. Oh, please get out of the camera. I'm adding that Evalicious flare, and on top of the scissors there, I added an epoxy sticker from Heidi Grace that says fabulous, and I put that down with glossy accents, because if you cover the back of those epoxy stickers completely with glossy accents, you can't see the adhesive behind it, so that works out well. I have my stays on out, but I don't know why. I'm using stays on to do some stamping, but I'm stamping on regular paper. It must have been a lazy thing. It must have been I had stays on over on the desk, and that's what I decided to use. There was no real reason for using stays on. I just used 2 date stamps to put the date on there, and then I'm going to do some sprinkles in Heidi Swap Color Shine and Primrose, which is one of my favorite colors. And I'm not a pink person, but I very much like that. I'm going to do my journaling, which reads, went in for my normal cut and color. Tara decided I needed curls. I'm not sure. It really doesn't look like me. And I'm just doing that in my trusty Sharpie pen. And I added some stickers down there that said different is good, and some stickers that said just because, and then here's the final look at the layout. If you want closer, clearer pictures, you can head on over to my blog and check them out there. So I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.